Homes on the move. A movable home is a home that can be moved from place to place. People need to move for many reasons. Some people move around to look for work. Other people move to new places to find food for their animals to eat. This home is in Kenya. It is made from wooden poles covered with cloths, and it's easy to move. There are many kinds of movable homes, including tents, houseboats, and yurts. Some movable homes have wheels. These homes are called trailers. They are towed along behind a car or other vehicle. This recreational vehicle, or RV, is traveling through the red rocks of the Valley of Fire State Park in Nevada. Tents are easy and quick to put up and take down. People who live permanently in tents are called nomadic. Nomadic people move from one place to another, often to find grass for their animals to eat. Every time they move, they take their tents and all their belongings with them. A war or a disaster, such as an earthquake, can force people to leave their homes suddenly. People who are forced to leave their homes and live somewhere else are called refugees. They often live in shelters that can be easily moved. These refugees' families are from Somalia, a country in northeast Africa. They have built their own shelters in a refugee camp in Ethiopia. The Roma and travelers are traditionally nomadic people who live in Europe. In the past, they lived in brightly painted wooden wagons pulled by horses. Today, many Roma live in permanent homes or trailers. Every year, many travelers meet at this horse fair held in England. Movable homes on the water are called houseboats. Some houseboats have their own motors to move around with. Others have to be towed by other boats. This houseboat is in Ontario, Canada, and it has its own motor. Some people live in the desert. To make their homes, they use wooden poles for the frame. Then they stretch a cover made from goat skins across the poles. In the Arctic, the Inuit people make shelters out of blocks of snow. These snow houses are called igloos. Some Inuit people build igloos or shelter when they go on hunting trips in the winter. The thick snow blocks keep heat in better than a tent would during the Arctic winter. These Inuit people in northern Quebec, Canada, are cutting blocks out of deep snow to build an igloo. Across Central Asia, many people live in mobile homes called yurts. A yurt is built in the shape of a circle. The wall is a crisscross frame made out of wood from willow trees and covered in thick felt mats. The floor is covered in rugs for warmth. Some movable homes have everything squeezed into a small place. In a recreational vehicle, people sit on long seats during the day. At night, the seats pull across to make a bed. This camper has a lot of cupboards above the windows to store things in. Tents are useful movable homes in hot, dry places such as deserts. People can put up a tent in the shade of a tree to keep it cool. They can open the side of the tent to let cool air in, or they can shut the tent to keep strong winds out. The tent on this van is used for camping in Australia. Air flows around the tent to keep it cool. Mobile homes are sometimes used in wet, rainy places. The Mbuti people live in rainforests of Central Africa. They make their homes out of wooden frames covered with large leaves. In large leaf coverings, these homes in the Dominican Republic of the Congo help people keep the rain out. When summer ends, some nomadic people move to warmer places. In Mongolia, many nomadic people spend the summer in the mountains. The cows, sheep, and goats eat the grass in high pastures. Then the people pack their homes and move to lower pastures for the cold winter months. Hurricanes are strong winds that can do a lot of damage to mobile homes and trailers. These homes are usually made from light materials such as metal and plastic, so that people can move them easily. They are not as strong as permanent houses made from stone or brick are. Mobile homes and trailers in this trailer park were completely destroyed by a hurricane. Children who live in movable homes may move around a lot. When they move, they cannot go to the same school all the time. Parents may teach their children at home. Refugee camps sometimes have schools so that children can learn while they are far from home. These children go to school in a refugee camp in Nepal, at least 124 miles away from where they used to live. Movable homes are often quite small, so children spend a lot of time playing outside. Children from families that move around often play together and become good friends. These children are in a trailer camp in France. Many people who move from place to place are farmers. When they move, they look for new lands to graze their animals or a place to grow their crops. When the grass or the soil gets worn out in one place, these farmers look for new land to start again. This farmer is burning a patch of rainforest in Brazil to clear a space to grow crops. A circus is a group of people who travel around and put on shows in many towns and villages. Circus members include clowns, acrobats, and jugglers, and they live in trailers. The circus happens in a big tent called a big top. The big top is surrounded by trailers where people who work for circuses live. In deserts, people use camels or donkeys to carry their homes from place to place. They fold up their homes and put them on the camels' backs. Camels are very strong and they can carry heavy loads in hot deserts. In the Arctic, the Inuit used to travel across the ice and snow on sleds pulled by dogs. Today, most Inuit use sleds with motors called snowmobiles. Where in the world? Look at these two pictures carefully. How are the homes different from each other? What is each home made of? Look at their walls and roofs. How are these homes different from where you live? How are they the same? This is a home in Quebec, Canada. And this is a home in Kenya. Do you think you'd like to live in a movable home?